And so I'm hoping that these don't escape. So Hey artists, welcome back. It's good to see you. Thank you for joining me today. If you're new to the channel and you like art and you like art content and you like a variety of art type of things all on one channel, that's what you're going to get here. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button, turn the notification bell on because you know how YouTube is. And there we have it. That's out of the way. So how is everybody doing? You doing good? Yeah? Okay, so let's just get to it. I have 3 things that help me convert a sketch to a watercolor painting. And this is probably going to be blown out just a little bit. Oh, there she is. Look at how pretty she is. And this is the blue glow technique, which is featured in another video that you can check out. It's done with the Pentel Pilot Eno colored pens. They're mechanical colored pencils. I had to think about that for a second. I'm totally out of it. What I did was I converted it to a lovely watercolor painting. So I've been in collaboration in this video with ARTEZA, which you may or may not heard of. They're kind of like a guerrilla brand that I like to think of. So they're kind of rebellious. They're not actually in stores. They're online. They have their own website. They have free shipping in the US. I think they may have free international shipping. I cannot guarantee that. That came out a few years ago, and they aim to make quality art supplies at a reasonable price, and so far they've delivered about 90% of that. Now, just as a nice little disclaimer, the company did send me these, the watercolors, the paper pad, and the metallic gouache colors I actually purchased myself because I love metallic. I love anything shiny, and whenever I first saw them, it was just kind of a sensory experience and I had to have them. The thing is that I aim to give you an honest review. So if there is some room for improvement, I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to tell the company. I decided to go ahead and do swatches, of course. We got beautiful swatches. Look how pretty they are. I mean, look at that. It's just such a nice range of colors, and you're going to see them up close. So we have yellow pale, lemon yellow, yellow ochre, camboge, orange yellow, scarlet red, crimson, rose, mauve pale, one of my favorites, violet, phthalo blue, Prussian blue, ultramarine, cobalt blue, light green, sap green, deep green, which is more of a viridian color in my opinion, and then we have the classics raw umber, burnt umber, and noir, and that makes the ARTEZA 24 watercolor. The one thing that has put me off about the ARTEZA watercolors has been if you apply it in a thick layer, it's going to come off chalky on certain papers. Now, that's not to say that it's not good quality. I would say that the easiest way to work with it, which I worked with it this time, is in thin, transparent layers. I found that to be a lot more rewarding in the end result, and I really didn't run into any chalkiness this time. Plus, it could have been the cotton paper as well because it's able to absorb more color and more pigment. However, I did look online and look at some of the reviews for the watercolor, and let me say this. There is something that I noticed as well in my experience in using these, and it was that whenever I put them in a little airtight tray, I didn't actually fill them up in pans, but I used a little bit in airtight trays, that even though I sealed them up at the end of the night, they really dried out and cracked up, and you'll see that in another piece of footage that I will overlay here. I don't feel like they're terrible quality. I actually think that they are good quality, but you gotta be able to work with them. And you know, you do get a beautiful array of colors. I mean, you know, you'll see that in the swatches, and I really like that it has a nice balance to it. And there's not too much red or too much purple. They do have a wonderful color list. I just feel like they could probably improve their formula in making it a little bit less dry. I don't know if that needs a humectant in it. I don't know if it needs more pigment versus gum arabic. Maybe they need to incorporate some honey instead. However, I did decide to go ahead and put one of the colors, which was the, I believe the soft mauve, which actually looks more purple, in the pan. I did put that in a pan and let it dry. It does appear dry, but it did not crack. The metallic gouache, absolutely gorgeous. The only thing I just wish that they had more colors. I mean,
They're just absolutely gorgeous, and I feel like after I swatch them, I'm like, okay, these would actually, some of these would look better on black paper. I feel like they're worth the investment. They're $25 as well on the website. Sometimes you can catch deals on Amazon. I do have a coupon code for you below to get a certain percentage off. And
we have gold, silver, bronze, pearly orange, pearl bubblegum, pearl scarlet, pearl purple, one of my favorites, pearl aqua, pearl emerald green, pardon me, pearl eucalyptus, which is a very unique color, I really like that one, pearl noir, and pearl white rose.
I hope that you enjoy the rest of this video. I hope that you have a wonderful holiday, and it's not really a holiday, but it's Valentine's Day. So I guess you could call it a holiday for lovers. And if you're single, hey, guess what? There's somebody out there for you. Don't worry about it. It's cool. And I love you. Okay? No, I do. I love connecting with you. And leave a comment below what you want for Valentine's Day and what you think of the ARTEZA products. I would love to hear your opinions. If you've tried any of them, let me know. And let me know what you think of them. So until next time, keep creating, artists. Have a great day. Okay? Yeah. So here's your lovely voiceover. And finally, my tips for transitioning a sketch to a painting. So the first tip I have is to definitely use a light box for tracing. A projector can be used as well, but I really feel like the light box helps you to get all of the fine details more correctly when you're transferring your image. So secondly, the second tip that I have is a simple but really effective one. Using a watercolor pencil to trace the image with. I hadn't thought of this, but whenever I read the book Pot Painting by Camilla d'Errico, she suggested using this method instead of a graphite pencil to trace her artwork with. And this made a lot of sense to me because then you don't risk smearing or having pencil marks. And smearing is a big thing for me because I'm obviously left-handed and I've ran into that problem before. So I really thought that was kind of a simple but brilliant tip that I thought I would share with you. So I can't take credit for that. Thank you, Camilla. And obviously that particular artist is a favorite of mine, and I definitely suggest that book. It is called Pot Painting by Camilla d'Errico. So the third is the most important tip in my mind. It's letting go of the end result, really. Because artists can kind of box themselves in sometimes whenever it comes to recreating their art from sketch to painting or whatever method the sketch is evolving into. And I actually had to do this myself because in my mind, Una looked better in all of the blue. And while this was true for the sketch, it really, you know, as I started to paint, I had to take the risk of using contrasting colors in the sky, which you'll see, and to see where it would go. And I'm actually pleased with the end result, but it was just trusting myself to let go of the image in my mind. And so those are my 3 tips. I hope that you found these tips to be very useful and you enjoyed the review. Please feel free to follow me on social media, everybody, and artists, I'll see you next time.